Let's talk about the best money I've ever spent while traveling. And this isn't a story, just a singular story. I'm going to talk about the best experiences I ever spent money on. Um, the first one that comes to mind, and by the way, this is in absolutely no order. All these experiences were amazing. Some of them were more unexpected than others, but definitely all money well spent. So the first one that comes to mind is I was in Thailand and knew that I wanted to visit an elephant sanctuary and I wanted to have an up close experience with them. So I wanted to be able to feed them and wash them and understand more about their care at the sanctuary. Don't come at me. I know some people think that that's an absolute no no. And I'll tell you right now, I didn't ride them, didn't anything like that. If the elephant didn't want anything to do with me, the elephant was in charge. So, that to be said, it was the best money I think I spent on that trip. To be completely honest, it was an incredible experience. I just happened to book a hotel that was like a mile down the road from an elephant sanctuary and had no idea that that was a thing until I started looking to book a last minute experience. And it really was just absolutely magical. I forget how long I spent there. I think I spent like a half day there with the people that run the sanctuary and with the elephants and learned so much about really everything about the industries that elephants are used for, how elephants are rescued, what the cost is, what the government's level of involvement is, how much it costs to take care of the elephants. I learned so many things and got to have that up close and personal experience with them. Got to prep their food, got to feed them, got to bathe them. I got just all of that. It was so magical, and yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. It was a wonderful experience, and I really learned so much about the elephants and I have such an appreciation now for not only the elephants, but what these sanctuaries do. And I know there's different types of sanctuaries. Some of them you have like no interaction with elephants, and some are like this. And I will say for me, I felt that this was a really good balance between no interaction and interaction with elephants. So, all to be said, it was money very well spent. I don't even remember what I spent on it, but it was definitely worth it. Another experience, and I've done this kind of experience, I think 3 times now. I'd have to think. All of them booked through Airbnb experiences. This isn't a plug for Airbnb experiences. There's no like sponsorship affiliate or anything for this. It's just a regular old plug because that I've used them and I like them, and highly recommend them. I think they're overlooked a lot, but um, the point being, I booked for Airbnb experiences, photography sessions when I was overseas, and the three that I've done were some of just like the most unexpectedly wonderful interactions that I've had with people. And I've talked about it before, but I think for me, it was the combination of, yes, obviously I get something out of it. I get the experience of having my photos taken and then the photos to keep forever from whichever beautiful place I was overseas. But it was also getting to meet a local and see the place that I was in through their eyes, learning history about the place, getting a little bit of a guided tour on the way, but really learning about them and getting to share that time, learning about their passion, which was photography for all these people. Um, and it's just such an experience. It's kind of like an experience that I don't think you would get otherwise. I will say I've never, in recent years, I've never done a one-on-one photo shoot in the United States, which is where I'm based. So I don't really have the comparable context there, but I will say overseas, it's just a magical experience, and it really is all about the people. I think there's something wonderful about getting to share uh, that time with someone else and learning, about their passion. And getting to and letting them really share their love for what they do. It wasn't about just like taking pictures of a tourist. I really felt I got to know them as people, and uh, I, out but once, 2 out of 3. We ended up going and getting, either tea or coffee after, and, um, just getting to talk and chat, and it was really cool. I yeah, it just highly recommended, money well spent. Kind of related to that because I did this particular experience in conjunction with the first photography, um, session I did, is having a makeup session. So having somebody do my makeup, I had never had that experience in my life, and I ended up booking a lady in London, and it was like a little hole in the wall. I mean, her shop, like, I think her shop is actually smaller than my living room. Tiny, tiny little place in like a back alley. Not a bad back alley, but it was like a converted alley into all these like artisan shops. Really cool. Didn't know it existed. Another hidey hole in London. And it was such a wonderful experience because, again, even though I was getting my makeup done, which was the service, the exchange of the money, it was the experience of getting to know her and how she got into makeup, and and building her business, and just all of that. It was just so cool, and I've been back to her since, and I'm different artists. So, um, I highly recommend getting the owner. If you were to ever go there, I'm not actually going to disclose where it was, at least not in this video. I might on my blog. But she was awesome, and I loved my makeup. And it was before my photo shoot in London, and my photos turned out absolutely beautiful. And the photographer actually put one of them on his website, which is very cool. So, yeah, that was just such a cool experience. It was super unique experience, and I think that's another reason why, it really was just money well spent. And now actually that's a common thing with it, all of these that I'm talking about. They're money well spent because they were so unique. They're not things that you get to just do on a daily basis. You're not gonna like walk out of your front door and say, "Oh, well, today I'm gonna like go bathe elephants," or "I'm gonna go have a photo shoot," or "I'm gonna go have my makeup done." I mean, maybe that is your life, and if that is, that's wonderful, and I'm super jealous. But it's not my life, so these are all things that are totally, totally unique. Trying to think of maybe like a couple other money well spent. Uh, Ushuaia. I haven't talked about Antarctica in a long time. If you know me, I could talk your ear off about Antarctica and Ushuaia, which is the southernmost city in South America. It's out in Argentina. But these two are two separate experiences, but both in Ushuaia and both money well spent. The first one was a horseback ride. I will give a little caveat that I didn't get along very well with, I think she was the owner. She only spoke Spanish, and I felt very rude. She wasn't particularly welcoming, but the guide I had was absolutely wonderful. He also didn't speak English, but somehow we made it work because I don't speak Spanish. I speak a few words. I know enough, and he knew enough, and oh my God, we had so much fun on this horseback ride, and the horses were absolutely beautiful. They were so well kept, and it was incredible to be riding through, quite frankly, the mountains, but the hills right there along the Beagle Channel. And we rode through them down and along the Beagle Channel and then back up. And it was just very, very unique experience. I will say I've had a similar experience in quite a few countries horseback riding. And if you're not afraid of horses and you're willing to go out on a ride, highly recommend it. It is so unique, and it's an amazing way to see a country through, on horseback. It's just very cool. But so we're talking about Ushuaia anyway. So that was the first one, was with the horses. Was wonderful. And then the other experience I did that was money well spent was taking the prisoner train up in Tierra del Fuego, and then being picked up by bus and getting to see a couple different sites in Tierra del Fuego. I'm also probably pronouncing that poorly, and I do apologize to any Spanish speakers. Spanish has never been something that, I guess, like, it's not a language that my mouth is, my tongue and my lips and all that is very good at making the shapes to pronounce things correctly. So I do apologize. I'm trying my best. But yeah, Tierra del Fuego is amazing and unique and so worth it. I wish I'd had more time there, but I was glad that I did end up booking the tour to go see it, because breathtaking country. No one told me how beautiful it was going to be in Ushuaia. None of the pictures prepared me for it. And first time I ever flew into Ushuaia, I will never ever forget it. It's just an absolutely magical place in the world. It's probably my one of my favorite places in the world, actually. Of course, it's at the bottom of the planet, but those experiences were well worth the money. Highly recommend. They're just so epic. A nice little bit to add into the whole experience. So in this case, it was for me going to Antarctica, but it was super cool. So anyway, I'm gonna stop jabbering because I don't think you can see her, but I have a very cute little tabby cat who is currently wallowing on the floor. She's practically on her back and she is staring at me like, you need to stop talking. Yes, I'm being stared at by the cat. So that is my hint to stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking now. Yeah, I think I will do my best to make blog article. I cannot promise when it will show up. But all that to be said, I will work on one and maybe I'll add some resources in there that I didn't talk about here because you should go to the blog. So I'll work on it. Anyway, as always, excited to have you guys here. Looking forward to seeing where this goes or continues to go at this place or at this point. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.